First-person shooter games have been out for quite a long time now, and it's a very simple premise. You're in the shoes of said cool guy, and it's your job to run around and shoot a bunch of stinky bad guys in the face and win. And there's a ton of first-person shooters that are pretty arcadey and unrealistic, for the sole purpose of being a regular video game, which is cool and all. But then some guy out there thought to himself, instead of being a Chad Thunderdong action hero, you're just a regular tactical soldier desperately trying to survive. And we got cool stuff like the OG Rainbow Six games, SWAT 4, a lot of stuff that implements realistic military tactics. And as games got more and more advanced as time goes on, we got games with even more realistic military features that rely on solely smart tactics rather than running and gunning. And one of those realistic first-person shooters is Ready or Not. Now, I'm not really that much into first-person shooters because, yeah, but I felt like I had to get my money's worth on this game. And if you think Ready or Not is another goofy-ass shoot all the bad guys and win type of game, you are gravely mistaken. Because it mentions here on Ready or Not's Steam page, given the graphic nature of this game and the gritty realism it portrays, the game is for mature audiences. We also strongly recommend that people who have experienced personal traumatic events from criminal violence, hostage situations, or terrorism refrain from playing. Perfect for shits and giggles. Yeah, in case you haven't figured out by now, the tone and atmosphere in this game is kinda dark and grim. Oh my good lord. No, we can't have anything that portrays real life violence and atrocities, or else we'll face legal action and cause people to have traumatic experiences. Y'all a bunch of fucking pussies, you know that? Now, what's the backstory and concept for Ready or Not? Well, the game takes place in a crime-infested hellscape where everything ends up in extreme violence. Otherwise known as Los Sueños. And pretty much the whole town has been overrun by gang members, terrorists, drug dealers, and EDPs. And also there's some cases where someone gets heavily ostracized from society and they slowly become more and more mentally insane and discover what the number 5.56 is. And it's up to a grumpy squad of 5 SWAT team members. And the whole game is entirely based on planning your tactics smart and efficiently, clearing out entire buildings, because you are in the simulated scenario of a real life or death emergency situation, where the moment you start to get a little careless, you'll end up having your dumbass get popped. But let's get started on hunting down criminals. So welcome to the Los Sueños police station. And as you can see, 0 tax dollars were spent on a janitor. Instead, the entire budget went into having an entire arsenal full of weapons. And here we got a wide selection of assault rifles, submachine guns, shotguns, and sidearms. And you can customize your loadout to your fancy and test them out at the shooting range. But my selection of weapons for now is a P-90 and Solid Snake's handgun as my sidearm.
Huh, so I got a leftover, huh?
And after dicking about with guns, it's time for our first mission. So basically, a small group of gangbangers robbed, shot up, and took over an entire gas station. And here we are, off to the rescue. So we make the plan to not go in front of the building and make our way through one of the side entrances. And once inside, we clear out some rooms in the back, and then we hear someone talking.
All my fault.
And make our way inside to encounter a lost civilian.
Get on the ground now! Hands up now! LSPD, don't move!
And after properly detaining the civilian, we move onward in the store, clearing out on the aisles. Then we stack up in a locked door, breaching in, ready to kick ass, and get into a giant firefight with a bunch of bad guys. And shit has officially hit the fan. I'm pinned down by a machine gunner, and I have no idea where he is. So I just unload my entire magazine, hoping that I would hit something. So after whacking all the bad guys, it's time to clean up the place. And after a bit of wandering around the crime scene, I just so happened to find the store manager of the place. And let's just say the poor bastard got the Kurt Cobain treatment. But after that mess, the mission was a giant victory. And now it's time for the next mission. And our objective is to hunt down and swat a Twitch streamer. But here's the catch. This one Twitch streamer in particular is being guarded by heavily armed terrorists. So we arrive at the scene and start shouting at a random guy.
Hands up! Down on your knees! Get on the ground now! Hands on your head!
Then we get him detained and make our way up the semen-covered stairs. And me and the boys just unload on whatever's up there. And eventually I pop the dude's bitch ass. With one tango down, we make our way into some epic computer room with more bad guys waiting. And once that mess has been dealt with, we clean up the evidence and properly detain some of the incapacitated suspects. And then we stack up and breach into another room and piss off some more bad guys, and shit starts getting shot up. And after that mess, it's time to take down the streamer, flashing through the door, wasting all the other bad guys, and arresting some other bad guys, and bagging our main suspect. And as we clear the place filled with questionable decoration, and we just so happen to drop in during the middle of his live stream, with the live chat deeply encouraging me to shoot said streamer. But after that, it's another completed mission. And after digging about with my new gun, our next mission is clearing out a magic drug house. So we arrive at the party with the entire neighborhood on lockdown, even though there's only 5 officers taking care of the problem. So I made the tactical plan on not going in front of the house again, but sneaking in through one of the side entrances in the pitch black darkness. So we make our way inside, and everyone decided to start yelling. So my natural instinct is to approach with malicious intent and encounter this guy.
Oh dear!
With one cracked out tango down, we make our move up the stairs.
Hi, how are you?
And then we investigate some rooms in the house, collect some evidence, stack up on a door, and spy on a guy with an AK.
Hey, over here!
Hands up above your head!
So we detain this random lady, wander around the place, collect more evidence, and get jump scared by bad guys. And then we head back outside to kick the door with the Weeknd's face on it and discover a dark and scary cave.
Oh, okay.
So we make the very smart move on going inside. But after managing to kill a guy from blind firing, a full-on firefight in the cave is on. And after taking down the suspects, I properly detain one of the incapacitated bad guys. And we head back inside the house to hunt down the very last bad guy. Mission complete! All the bad guys are dead. I mean, order was brought to chaos. And the next mission is pretty fucking unnerving, to be honest. If you know, you certainly know. So, skipping to the next mission, we're gonna be clearing out a log cabin in the middle of a forest. Totally not based off a true event. So this should be like every other mission, right? Well,
They may have planted traps on the premises. Move with extreme caution.
well, I'm pretty sure the traps aren't that deadly, right? So on the second attempt, I properly disarmed a door bomb trap, and we make our way inside to encounter an angry man with a gun. And shit immediately starts hitting the fan. But since my AI squad mates are top G's, the threat has been eliminated. And we explore around the house, collect some evidence, walk around a hallway, catch a guy not paying attention. Then we make our way down to the basement to find a convenient looking door right here. And after checking what's on the other side, is 2 heavily armed tangos ready and waiting for us to breach. But little do these dumbasses know.
Hands on your head! Police, get down! Get down!
And the two suspects got into handcuffs. And that's yet another W in the books. Next mission we're doing is taking out bad guys that took over an expensive apartment complex. And since we're the only SWAT team officers in this whole town, we're on the case. So we quietly sneak our way in and just so happen to encounter our first armed bad guy.
You reach, motherfucker!
So then I decide to have my guys do the breaching for me, and after properly getting the door down, we make our way inside. And one of my squad mates immediately proved to why he's on my team.
Drop the gun and get down! Give up!
We detain some more dweebs, and then I catch a guy that thought he could pull a fast one on me, and continue to walk around the place.
Contact!
Cat-like reflex.
And after taking care of that one guy, his friends decided to chime in and lit the shit out of the place. And then I flash and clear the hallway, unloaded a clip, and as me and the boys waddle down the hallway,
Not interested.
and find a sniper rifle just casually laying around. Well, whoever's sniping has really shitty aiming skills. And after some more walking around, we get prepared to breach into this room.
We no longer trust that your lead is acting in good faith. Use of force against them is all.
What my crazy dumbass didn't realize is that there was two guys in the other room. When I looked down at my dead teammate, my dumbass thought that this guy was the bad guy, when he's actually a detained innocent civilian. Too fucking pumped on adrenaline to realize that he's handcuffed, and pumped on the poor dude. And the actual bad guy ran away from the scene. And the guy I shot just so happens to be a very important civilian we had to rescue. Now, see, Your Honor, it just shows how much I care about my squad mates, you know? Bros before assholes that get in the crossfire.
I hope you die in prison as well.
And so I got back to working on this one door. Well, another man down, but despite the mishaps, the mission was indeed a success.
With that said, there are no words for the display put on by this team today. Absolutely abysmal.
And you pretty much get the drill of this game. Walk in about said location, stack up the breach, and go in gunning down fools like you're John Wick. And go about detaining more civilians, explore more locations, and yeah.
I'm coming in to handcuff you.
That's pretty much the gist of everything. But there is one thing that desperately needs to be discussed right now. There's been a kidnapping. It's Tobias Jones, a fellow detective for the FBI. Get into the fort and rescue Jones. It's time for the One Wheelman Army.
This is Tanner. Kept you waiting, I'm at the mission insertion point.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, cool. Okay, let's see. So you're over there, and now you gotta go over there, type shit. Do your thing, I guess.
Well, here goes nothing. Oh crap. Watch this. Man, this infiltrating stuff is pretty easy. I should do this more often. What? What's happening? Oh crap, hide your booty hole. Righto, let's keep moving.
Gotcha!
When Tanner gets here, you're a dead grunt.
Knock knock mofos.
Ha ha! It looks like you're too late, Tanner. We've already...
Come on, sugar babes, let's get the hell out of here.
If you ever call me sugar babes again, I'll judo kick you in the balls.
Get ready for takeoff.